to my channel, and today I am with another very interesting video of coding. So today we are gonna do C++ arrays. But before we start, I will want to tell you that subscribe my channel, my brother's channel, and channel to the kids channel if you have not done yet. So now let's get started. Damn. Okie dokie. Let's quickly. Oops, 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so I'll minimize the screen. Okay. I've already opened here, as you can see, my C++ arrays. So let's get started. C++ arrays. Arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable instead of declaring separate variables for each value. It's saying that arrays is a thing in which in just one variable you can store like 4 or 5 things, and you can use the arrays instead of making 4 or 5 variables, right? So that's the better use of arrays, and it makes our code much readable and much better. To declare an array, define the variable type, specify the name of the array, followed by square brackets, and specify the number of elements it should store. Okay, so what should I say? Like it's saying, if you want to declare an array, what will you do is you will first specify what kind of type you want, the string kind or what. Then you will give the variable's name. Then you will give square brackets and give a number that these many values I want to store in this variable. Okay, so this was the syntax. Now let's get on an example. We have now declared a variable that holds an array of 4 strings. To insert values to it, we can use an array literal place the values in comma separated list inside curly brackets. Okay, so it's saying that right now this example shows that from this example we are getting to know that here first we are giving the type, then giving the variable name, we are giving the number, how many values I want in the list, and we have given 4, and you will give these curly brackets. Now how will you get the curly brackets? Press shift and oh god, if you want to get the curly brackets, see, you will press shift over here and wait, see right here, you little. Okay, so shift, you will click shift and this one, shift and this one on which it has the square bracket. Why will you click the shift one? If you want the upper one, then you will have to click shift, then you will get that operator. If you want the down one over here, then you will click only that one. Okay, maybe you must have not understood, but you have to click shift and this together. Okay, now once again I'll minimize my screen. Okay, so and then you can give all the values like this, and you will give them in like if you are giving the type strings, of course you will give them in double quotes. Remember to give double quotes because in strings are double quotes. When we use the char data type, then we use single quote. Okay, and then you can write these, but don't forget to separate them with the comma. Okay, to create an array with three integers, you could write. It's like over here we are creating strings one now, but it's not like that. Only strings. You can give the int. You can use the int data type also, and you can give them the variable name and then how many numbers. Okay, so how many values you want inside? I want three, and I've written it in square brackets and given the numbers. Okay, so this is how we make an array in C++. In lists, we usually use the square brackets, right, to make the list. But in C++, we use the dictionary. In the C++, we use the curly brackets. Now, access the element of an array. Okay, so now like over here, so we were making the list, I mean array. But now we will learn how to access, like if you have made the list but only you want one item. So that's called element. So that's called accessing. Now this is what we are gonna learn. Access the elements from an array. You can access an array element by referring the index number. I think if you want to access an element of an array, you will have to give an index number. What is an index number? Index number is basically whatever elements you give in there, it's index of there. Now the first value which you give has always the index 0. The second value you give has always the index 1. The third value has always the index 2, right? And so on. So basically, to remember the indexes, you can do first normal counting. Like if I want to access 20, now in normal counting it's 2s are. Now I know it's 2, so I will just minus it quickly by 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1, and I've got the index of the second item of the second element of an array. So now, and so now over here they are telling you how to access the first element. Like if we want to access elements, so how? We know that we can access them from index numbers, right? But we should know the syntax also, because I've told you already that the first element has the index 0, the second element has the index 1, the third element has the index 2, the fourth element has the index 3, and so on. So now I want to access the first element in from this cars array. So how will I do it? First, of course, we will create the array. Then we are doing cout cars. So we are printing cars. Okay, we are printing cars. Inside this cars 0. So if you want to get the index number, we give it in square brackets, and we want 0. So it will give us the first element. So it is Volvo. Okay, but so we have just directly printed cout cars. We could also do cars 0, and we could simply print it as well. But um, like this is better way. I think so. It is a better way because it's reducing line. It's better for me, but you can use anyway. Note, array indexes starts with 0. The first, it's telling us, I already told you the first element's value is 0. The second element's index number is 1, and so on. Now we have learned how to access elements from an array, and of course how to create an array. But now let's learn how to change the value, the element from an array. Okay, so like should I say? Okay, so to change the value of a specific element, refer to the index number. Okay, so if we want to change, like if we have given hello and we want to change it to jello, then how will we do that? Right? So if you want to change the element, you will first give that array's name, give the index number which you want to change. Like over here, this is here. I want to change Volvo from Opel, right? So I'll give cars and 0, the index number, what's the index number of this, it's 0, and do equals to Opel. And then when we see out cars, then it will print Opel, BMW, Ford, Mazda instead of Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda, because we have changed the array's element. Now this is the example. We are making an array and naming it the value cars, and we are changing the fourth. So the fourth index, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Not the fourth index over here. So we give the number of how many values elements we want. So here we have given 4. So here are 4 elements. Okay. Now we are saying cars 0 equals to Opel. So now instead of value, it is Opel, and when we do cout car 0, it will print Opel. Now we are printing only the car 0. That's why it's printing Opel. If we had not given this, then it would simply just print the full array Opel, BMW, Ford, Mazda. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right because I don't know about all these, right? All of that what you say. Oh God, that all the cars, right? How to pronounce them? Oh, okay. Okay. So we have changed the value, right? So when we are doing cars, it's just getting the memory location. It's getting the memory location. It's not getting the change to getting the full array, right? It only gets when we give here 0. Okay, it would just show the changed element, right? Okay, so here are exercises. Let's start. Create an array of type string called cars. It's saying create an array of type string. It has told us to create an array and the type should be string. So let's give it a simply string and set and give the and call cars. So the name is cars. Quite a simple exercise. Print the value of the second element in the card array. Okay, so we want to print the value the second element. Okay, so first here see this we have given here in double quotes, so we know the type is string. Okay, and in the cars array, second element in the cars array. So from this line we get to know that the variable name is cars, right? The array's name is cars. Now it says print the value of the second element. So basically if it's the second element, 2 minus 1 is 1. So the index is 1, and we will first give the array name, give square brackets, and give the index number. Then yes, we are correct. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Change the value from Volvo to Opel in the cars array. Okay. it's saying to change the value of Volvo to Opel. So we will first give the array name, which is cars. Oops. And it's saying from Volvo to Opel. Now Volvo is number 1 in maths, right? But if we see the index number, 1 minus 1 is 0. So the index is 0. So we give here 0. Oops. And here we will give Opel. Okay, let's give here Opel. Okay, and was just joking. This is wrong because it has given us Opel, so we'll have to give it capital as it shows us. Okay. Now, okay, loop through the elements in the cars array. We have not done this yet, so let's leave this exercise and first do the next chapter then. Okay, arrays, C++ arrays and loops. Loop through an array. Okay, so this is the answer of the question. Okay, of the exercise. So let's do it quickly. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh yeah. Loop through an array. You can loop through the array element with a for loop. It's saying that we can loop through the array on this array using a for loop. The following example output are all elements in the cars array. It's saying that we can loop through on the cars array using a for loop. So how will we do it? First we'll give an array. Then we will give for, and remember there were 3 statements. So here we are making another variable I and assigning it the value 0. Then we are doing I less than 4. Yeah, I is less than 4. So it prints Volvo because that is the 0th index of the what you say of the cars array, right? Then we do I plus plus. So 0 plus 1, 1. Now 1 is less than 4. So it prints I. So it will print BMW because BMW has the index 1 and it will increase the value to 2, and so that it will print Ford and Mazda as well. So look, we are looping on the array. Now, the following example outputs the index of each element through element together with its value. Ooh, okay, this one is very interesting. Okay, guys. Now, this example first we were just printing Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda. But in this example, we will print their indexes also. So let's learn how will we do that. We are giving an array, then we are doing for int I equals to 0. Okay, we are doing I equals to 0. So i's value is 0. I is less than 4. There is 2 true. So it prints I. Okay, so it prints I, right? It counts I. It counts I. So cout I, its value is 0. Because cout I, its value is 0. We see here, i's value is 0. But car's i's value is Volvo, right? I's value is 0. So it prints 0. Then we put this operator and give in quotes this colon. Now why do we give in quotes colon? We give quote in colon so that it gets printed, and then we give the operator and do cars I, and then it will print cars I, cars arrays 0th index, 0th index, which is Volvo. then it would increase the value, and now i's value is 1. I is less than 4, so it prints 1, prints the colon, and then prints BMW, because on the index 1 index 1 BMW has index 1, and then so on it will keep on printing Ford and Mazda as well. Okay, so we have done the arrays and loops. So let's do this exercise quickly. 1 second, guys. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I just stopped that noise. It was very distracting. So now, what's the exercise? Loop through the elements in the car's array. So we want to loop through the elements of the car array. So of course we learned we will use the for loop. Oops, days. For loop. Loop through the elements in the car array. So let's make the variable I, because that was in our example also. Let's just give the name of the variable I. Okay, so int I. Okay, then we do, because we have given our variable's name I, we will give it I less than 4. And the third statement, we can't forget to add one number. So it is I plus plus, the short form of I equals to I plus 1. And then it says loop through the elements in the car's array. It's saying loop through them. It's not saying to print those indexes also. So how will we print it? Yes, we will print it. First give the array name and give here I a variable's name. Yes, our variable's name was correct. Yay, guys, we are done with the exercises. But don't go, because there's another arrays chapter, omit array size. Don't go right now. It's very interesting. Omit array size. You don't have to specify the size of the array, but if you don't, it will only be as big as the elements that are inserted to it. Okay, it's saying that it's not important to give here a number, but it's saying if you don't give the number now, then how many elements will be in the array will be the size of the array. So basically here are 3 elements, right? So basically over here is 3. The number is 3, but it's not important to give it. But now this is the size of the array. Only now the size of the array is always 3. It will always be 3. This is completely fine. It's completely fine. You can do this. But it can get a problem if you want to add extra space for future elements. That you have to overwrite with the existing value. Okay. So it's saying that this is completely fine not giving the number. If you want, it will get some if you want some extra spaces in between for future elements, after elements, if you want to add in case, so how will you do it? Then you will have to overwrite the existing values. Okay, if you specify the size, however, the array will reserve the extra space. Like here, it's saying it's completely fine. You will have to overwrite it again. But instead of that, if you want to get an extra space, you can give here, you have given here 3 elements, but you have given here 5, right? So the size of the array is 5, that so there are spaces for the future elements, to come. Okay, and then you can simply and when you need to add two more elements, you can simply give the array's name, give the index, and give the element's name, right? Now omit elements declaration. It is also possible to declare an array without specifying the elements on declaration and add them later. It's saying that it's also okay if you give the name and the array here, but you don't give the elements and you give them um, down. You don't give them over here, right? It's all right, but it will just increase the line, and I think so. It's okay. We can use it. Of course, we can use it if you're comfortable with it. But I think so. I will always go with this one. In one only. Yeah, but this was kind of very interesting, right? We got to know so many things, right? And it's saying that, so we got to know so many other way how can we omit array sizes, right? And it was very fun learning arrays. We had a lot of fun, especially I had a lot of fun. So guys, I really hope you like the video. If you did, smash that like button and share this video, comment down below if you like, and subscribe my channel, my brother's channel. And we can't forget the marvelous, the one and only 10x Go to Kids channel. Bye guys. See you soon.